Now it happened when Sanballat, Tobiah, Geshem, and the Arab, and the rest of our enemies heard that I rebuilt the wall, that there were no breaks left in it, though at the time I had not hung the doors and the gates yet. That Sanballat and Geshem sent to me, saying, "Come, let us meet together among the villages in the plain of Ono." But they thought to do me harm. So I sent messengers to them, saying, "I am doing great work, that cannot come down. Why should my work cease while I leave it and go down to you?" But they sent me this message 4 times, and I answered in the same manner. Then Sanballat sent his servant to me as before the 5th time, but with an open letter in his hand. In it was written, "It is reported among the nations," and Geshem says, "that you, the Jews, plan to rebel. Therefore, according to these rumors, you are rebuilding the wall, and that you may be their king. And you have appointed prophets to proclaim concerning you at Jerusalem, saying, 'There is a king at Judah.' Now these matters will be reported to the king. So come, therefore, and let us consult together." Then I sent to him, saying, "No such things as you say are being done, but you invent them in your own heart." For they all were trying to make us afraid, saying, "Their hands will be weakened in the work, and it will not be done. Now therefore, O God, strengthen my hands." Afterward I came to the house of Shemaiah, the son of Delaiah, the son of Methuselah, who was a secret informer. And he said, "Let us meet together in the house of God within the temple, and let us close doors of the temple, for they are coming in to kill you indeed. At night they will come and kill you." And I said, "Should such a man as I flee? And where is there such as who I would go into the temple to save life? I will not go in." Then I perceived that God had not sent him at all, but they had pronounced this prophecy against me, because Tobit and Sanballat hired him. For this reason he was hired, that I should be afraid and act that way and sin, so that they might have cause for an evil report, that they might reproach me. My God, remember Tobiah and Sanballat according to these their works, and the prophetess Noadiah, and the rest of the prophets who would have made me afraid. So the wall was finished on the 25th day of Elul in 52 days. And it happened when all of our enemies heard of it, and the nations around us saw these things, that they were very disheartened in their own eyes, for they perceived that this work was done by our God. And in those days the nobles of Judah sent many letters to Tobiah, and the letters of Tobiah came to them, for many in Judah were pledged to him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, the son of Ara, and his son Jehohanan, and married the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah. And also they reported his good deeds before me, and they reported my words to him. Tobiah sent the letters to frighten me. They were setting people up back then. There's nothing new under the sun. Driven by the most powerful winds, the fire raged for days. The historian Tacitus, I'm doing great with names, describes a chaotic scene filled with screams and citizens running for their lives. In the end, nearly 2/3 of Rome had been destroyed. The Roman Emperor Nero falsely accused believers of Jesus of starting the fire. He hated Christians and selected them to be the scapegoat for the disaster, one that was rumored to be ordered by Nero himself. Nehemiah also faced the blistering heat of false accusation. He'd been a servant to the king of Persia, but had been allowed to return to Jerusalem with other Israelites to repair its walls. When the walls were repaired, however, the enemies accused the Jews of planning to rebel and making Nehemiah their king. How did they respond to false accusations? By declaring and living out their innocence, courageously standing in God's power, and praying fervently to him. Their enemies were ultimately frightened and humiliated as they realized the wall had been done with the help of God. At times we'll be falsely accused by others, but as God provides the strength we need, we can forgive our accusers and live such good lives that though they accuse us of doing wrong, they may see our good deeds and glorify God. Why are believers in Jesus sometimes falsely accused? And how can you live out courageous faith? Loving God, thank you for helping me when I'm falsely accused.